Horn and Helmet ASMR. Thank you for watching.
No, hello there, dearie. I didn't hear you come in. No, I'm not busy. I'm just preparing some spell ingredients. Well, I'm not casting anything at the moment, but it's like Julia Child always said, mise en place. It's better to have everything ready to go at your fingertips when you need it, than to have to hunt for it when it's time. I had to go out hunting for these little babies, and I want to get them processed and jarred as soon as possible. They won't go bad, of course, but they're terribly useful. These, my little flower, are crystallized gelatinous cubes. I decided to do some foraging out in the scrublands, and I stumbled across a whole cluster of them. They're wonderfully useful. You add them into a working when you want to make sure it sticks and holds on tight. No, sweetheart. I didn't do any of the fighting. Whatever fought the prime cube is long gone. This is... well... I suppose you could say it's the meat? Whenever part of the jelly is hacked off, it breaks into smaller cubes. As it dries out, it crystallizes into these little gems. Here, get you a smell of them. They're like deep resin amber with a little bit of citrus acidity, right? That's how you know they can be used for positive workings, you know. At least, that's the way I do it. If it looks, feels, or tastes pleasant, then it's probably a positive ingredient. And if something sounds good, it's a great addition. But it's a lot more difficult to bottle sound than it is to bottle a powder. Well, yes, of course I grind it myself. And by hand, too. That gives me time to focus on it and work my intentions into the material. After all, without intentions, an herb is just something you eat and a rock is just part of the ground. The potential is there, but you have to wake it up and tell it what you're wanting it to do. Most components have multiple uses, and sometimes you want one and not the other. So while you're preparing it, you have a little chat with it. Tell it what you want and why you're adding it. That is one thing the old stories got right. When you're preparing anything, it helps tremendously to say why you're adding it. Whether it's salt to cleanse and protect, or a square of fleece to pull the wool over their eyes. Well, don't laugh too hard now, dearie. If you put forth the effort to be clever in your spells, it pays off in the end. That's why I add coffee grounds to a lot of my works. Helps wake up the energy and really get things going. And just yesterday I was grinding up eggshells in this same mortar. They're great for the plants and for creating barriers. A lot of new modern wizards use silver wire or ivory statues. Not me, though. Some eggshells and the right words, and nothing's getting into my house that doesn't have any business being there. But anyway, I'm getting off track. I need to break these down while they're still relatively fresh. A few more days and they'd be as hard as little green teeth. And at that point I'd need to get the hammer out. And that's a bit more energy than I'd like to have in a raw ingredient. Right now they're nice and soft, almost like sugar cubes. No, I don't want to do them all at once. 2 or 3 at a time, working nice and slow. If I put it in all at once and rush it, then they might not break down evenly, and I'd get little hard lumps of crystal in my jar. It takes a bit longer this way, but I've got the time. And I enjoy it too. It's so relaxing, you know. Grinding something up in a mortar and pestle like this. It's almost like its own form of meditation. You have to focus on what you're doing, but you also don't have to think about it too hard either. No, they smell so good when they're fresh. It's wild to think about how dangerous they are. That's another reason I grind them down, you know. If I keep them whole, and they manage to get wet, or if they rehydrate at all, it wouldn't take much for them to merge back together and really become a threat. And let me tell you, the last thing I need is an acid-spewing cube monster in my cottage. No, thank you. These bits are getting ground down where they can't do anyone any harm. Alright, these seem to be done. Let me throw a few more in. Now that I've gotten them started, the rest will be a breeze. What's that? Oh, dearie, you do look a little tired. You just relax there and rest your eyes. I'll wake you up once I'm finished. Yes, that's it. Just curl on up now. Don't you worry. I'll watch over you while you're sleeping. Good night, sweetheart.